and welcome to another green marble crochet tutorial. Okay, so for this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make this padded insert bikini top design that I came up with. It's not my happiest creation. It's not the best thing I've ever made. You know, I'm not completely miserable about it. Yeah, I think it's probably something that I need to really work on and maybe investigate a little more before I try using padded inserts. Yeah, okay, so that's what we're doing. So there's not a lot to say about it, really. We could probably just get straight into making it. However, I should mention that if you don't want the padded inserts, which you might not, it's not completely necessary. All you'll need to do is make only 2 panels, because this is obviously 4 that 2 have been put together so that you can insert the padded cup into 1 cup. Anyway, yeah, so just make 2, and then you just use the 2, and instead of making the straps starting here in the middle, you'll make them at the top. So using a couple of stitches at the top, you make them like that, and you only need to thread them at the back instead of obviously going through the middle just here, which will probably look better. Yes. Alright, so that's what we're doing. Not a lot more I can say. If you're interested in something like this, please stay and join me for the tutorial. We'll have fun. Anyway, yeah. So if you haven't subscribed but you would like to subscribe to join me for some more tutorials, I would love to have you join me. A big thank you to my patrons. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for your support. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for being here watching my videos. Yeah. Okay. Also, if you need to get in contact with me very quickly for any reason, for any help with anything, look for me on Instagram. I'm the_green_marble. So you can find me there. Yeah, I'll be able to help you with whatever you need help with. Alright, well let's just get straight into making this. Alright, now to begin with, let's have a quick look at the materials that we're going to be using. So, for this, I bought these padded cups for bathing suits. So that's what I bought, just these things. So I'm going to start using these in dresses and stuff, just because, you know, it's going to be better. Alright, so I'm going to use those. And I'm going to insert those after we've put together the panels. So to make the panels, what we're going to use is this. So this is quite a fine yarn. I don't usually use something this fine. I'm going to be using a 2.5 millimeter hook for this design. So I'll just quickly have a look at the details on the labels. What have we got? These are the tiny, well, let's have a look at the brand. So it's this, Mondial. I love Mondial. It's a really awesome brand. And this is, here are the tiny relevant details. So yeah, it's saying I should use a 3 or a 3.5 millimeter hook, but I don't want to. I want the gaps to be a bit smaller. So that's what we're working with. Just there. So where's that? That's, you can machine wash this. Okay. So that's like 100% pure cotton. I'm not sure about machine washing that, to be honest with you. Cotton can shrink, in my experience anyway. So that's what we're working with, yes. And the bra cups. So we'll deal with the bra cups later, but what we're going to do is we're going to start by finding the end of our yarn. I'm going to show you how to make 1 panel, and then we can go our separate ways and make the other 3 separately by ourselves. So yes, we'll do that. Then we're going to meet back up and we're going to talk about how to join 2 panels together, because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be 2 panels joined so that you can insert the cup into the middle of that. And I'm actually thinking of sewing the cup down just so it doesn't move around, if you know what I mean, because, you know, it's not going to fit. Anyway, let's begin this. We'll get to that later. So to start, we're going to find the end of our yarn. We're going to make a slip knot. So to make a slip knot, also, just quickly, I want to mention that if at any point during the tutorial I go too fast, there's a feature on YouTube where you can slow down the speed of the video, and you can slow it down a fair bit. So I think that's a really good feature, especially for stuff like this, and just so that you can keep up at your own pace, you know, if it's too fast, especially if you're just learning. It's very, very hard. Anyway, very helpful. So do that. Okay, so to make a slip knot, what we do is we take this end with our right hand, between the thumb and the index finger. Then with the index finger and the middle finger of the other hand, we wind this end around those fingers like this, grab hold and pull through the loop. So just like that. I'm actually going to make the tail end a little smaller because for this, I like to crochet in that tail end as I go along. And you'll see how I do that soon. Okay, so what we're going to do to begin with, we're going to adjust that slip knot to our hook. So inserting the hook through that slip knot and pull tight. Now I'm going to start by making a chain of 17. So to make it, no, because what you want to do, now I need to explain this. So what you want to do is you want to chain a length to begin with that goes from the midsection of the breast to sitting just underneath. So that's how you measure the bra cup that you'll need to. And this is for any of these bikini tops that you want to make. It's going to be those measurements. So yes, from the middle of the breast, midsection, to sitting just beneath. So that's what you're going to measure this chain as. So for me, I am chaining 17 because for me it's 16, especially using this hook. And that's going to be the thing as well. Depending on the size of the yarn and the size of the hook, the chain's going to be a different length. So for this one, for me, it's 17. So 16 plus the 1, which I'll be needing for the turning stitch. So let's do this together to chain stitch. It is yarn over, pull through the loop. That's a chain, so that's 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to chain 17. All right, now here I am with my chain of 17. So what we're going to do now is we're going to work a half double crochet into 16 stitches back to the beginning. So skipping that first chain right from the hook just there, that's going to be the turning chain. You're going to, for a half double crochet, yarn over, and like I said, skipping that first chain from the hook, insert your hook into the second chain down from the hook, so that one just there. Insert your chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on the hook. That's for a half double crochet. So that's 1. Then moving on to the next chain, so that one just there. Another half double crochet. So yeah, like I said, there'll be 16 for me all the way back to the beginning. And that 17th chain was the turning chain. So I'm going to meet back with you when we get to that first chain at the beginning. And we'll talk about what we're going to do next. Alright, now here I am back down at the beginning of this chain. So I'm about to put in my 16th half double crochet, but what we're going to do into that last chain is we're going to put 1 half double crochet, so 1, then into the same chain we're going to put another half double crochet, so 2 half double crochets, then we're going to chain 1, so 1 chain, and then we're going to put 2 more half double crochets into that chain there, the same chain. So that very beginning chain, another 2, so 1 and 2. 2 more half double crochets. So as into that last chain just there, we've had 2 half double crochets, chain 1 and another 2 half double crochets. And now we've turned to the other side of the chain. And what we're going to do is we're going to put 15 more half double crochets back down to the other end. So how we do that, you just look for the stitch just there. So that's the first one just there. So that's 1. Then moving on, where's number 2? You pretty easily be able to see where to put it. It's just beneath the stitch, corresponding stitch on the other side of the chain. So there we've got 2, moving on, just there, 3. So 15 all the way back to the other end. I'll meet back up with you at the other end and we'll talk about how to move on to the next row. Okay, see you soon. Alright, now here I am all the way back down the other side. So I put in those 15 half double crochets back to the beginning. So what we're going to do now is we're going to chain up 1, so chain 1, and we're going to turn the work. So now what we're going to do is, well, because you had those 2 extra stitches on this side at the top, if you go up this side, you'll count 17 stitches till you get to the chain 1 at the top. Then you'll have another 17 back down the other side. So what we're going to do is yarn over, put a half double crochet into that first stitch just there. So right beneath that chain of 1, that's where you put your first stitch into that stitch. So that's 1, 2, and 3. So I'll meet back up with you when you've half double crocheted 17 up to the top just here. Alright, now here I am at the top just there at that chain of 1 space, and I've put in my 17 half double crochets. So what we're going to do now is we're going to yarn over, and if you pull apart the top just here, you'll be able to see where that chain space of 1 is. So it's a little small, but you will be able to see it. So what you're going to do is yarn over, and you're going to go in through that chain space. Let's pull that right apart just there, it's quite small. There we go. So yarn over, go into that chain space just in there, and then we're going to put 1 half double crochet into that chain space, 2 half double crochets into that chain space, so 1, 2, then we're going to chain 1, so 1, and put another 2 half double crochets into that chain space at the top. So into that chain space of 1, 4 half double crochets with 1 chain in the middle. So 1, 2, chain, 1, 2. Now what you're going to do is put in your 17 half double crochets into every stitch all the way back to the beginning. So that first one will be just there. So that will be, I hope you can see that weight, just in there. So that's 1, 2. If you're ever in doubt for where to put that first of those 17 down to the other end, just go back to the beginning down here and count. So there's that first stitch will be right there. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then we've put 2 stitches in already, so that'll be 16, 17. So that'll be first stitch. So then you do that. So that's what we're doing. We're increasing by 4 stitches for every row. So once you've done this, once you finish this row, you're going to chain up 1, you're going to turn, then you'll be putting in 19 stitches up the side till you get to that chain space of 1. Sorry, you'll have turned. So you'll be putting in 19 stitches in till you get to the chain space of 1. At the chain space of 1, you put 2 half double crochets, a chain 1, and another 2 half double crochets, then 19 stitches all the way back down to the beginning again. So what you're doing now is you're just increasing the surface area of the bra cup, of the bikini cup. So I've already got one done, and for me it's 16. Well, actually, yeah, for me. But also you need to do it, because if you're doing this, I'll also explain to you how you could do this if you didn't want to do 4 panels, if you only wanted to do 2 and just make a bikini top with no insert. So for that you would just make 2 panels, and then I'll show you how to join those later. But because we're making 4 and we're joining, I've also actually got these 2 that I've already joined, so I'm going to be showing you how to do this. What I've done is I've joined 2 together, and I've joined them together by doing zip. I'll show you that once we get to it as well. So what you're doing is you're increasing the surface area of each cup till when you join them together you can fit the cup inside, just like this, and it fits snug, but you know, it's just the right size. So just the right size. What I suggest is just hold the cup up against it and measure it. Holding the cup up and measuring it so that each end sort of fits comfortably like that. So that's what we're doing. Probably doesn't look like much at the moment, but it'll be fine once we've done it. Alright, so that's what we're doing. Do that. So for me, it's 16 rows all up. So I'm going to go away. I'm going to do all my 16 rows. I've done everything else, so luckily I only have to do this one before I meet back up with you again and show you how to join it to its corresponding cup. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Alright, so I'll let you go away. The good thing about this design is that you can do as many rows as you need depending on the size of the bust. So yeah, that's all you need to do. You can make it as big or as small as you need it to be. But yeah, obviously if you're using a cup, you've got to increase it to the size of this. Okay, so I'll see you soon. Once we've done all that, we'll meet back up and we'll talk about how we're going to join the cups together. All right, see you soon. All right, now that I've increased the surface area of this cup to 16 rows, what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain one from the last stitch. And I'm going to find my scissors and I'm going to cut the yarn, cutting the yarn. Then we're going to pull that chain through. So pulling the chain through, pull tight. I'm just going to tie off. So we're doing that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet 2 of these cups together. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to line up these cups. I've got one here, one here. I'm going to make sure the same sides are facing outwards. So basically what I'm doing is, see, there's a braided side and there's a non-braided side. So where you finish just here, you can see that you've been working the braided side towards you. So if you chained up one and you turned, you've got the non-braided side on the other side. And that's the side that's going to be facing outwards. So you have that one like this facing towards you. Then picking up the other one, where's the braided side? Braided side. So there's the braided side. That's going to be facing on the inside on this cup, and then the braided side's on, or the non-braided side on the other. Wait, is that right? No, it doesn't. Yes. Hang on. Let's have a look. Have a look. Okay, yes. Hang on a second. Okay, now I'm good. So we've got this one with the braided side facing outward, no, inside as well. And the non-braided side facing outwards. So what we're going to do is we're going to find a fresh piece of yarn and we're going to make a slip knot. So making another slip knot, just like this. We're going to find the first stitches along on both of these cups. So for this cup, the one facing to, or the one closest to you, it's going to be this first stitch just here. You're going to stick your hook through there. Then you're going to stick your hook through the first stitch along on this side, which is going to be, for me, I think that one just there. If you're not sure, count 47, well, count as many as you need back. So obviously I started with, I think it was 16 chains, and then I kept increasing 16 rows. So I've got 47 stitches up the side. So count 47 back. But for me, I'm just going to go with, it's that stitch there. So I'm going to stick my hook through that very last stitch on the end there, if I can, if it will let me, which, you know, sometimes these things happen. There we go. All right. Then we're just going to adjust our slip knot to the hook, like this. Pull it through those 2 stitches on each cup. Pull the slip knot tight. Then from there, we're going to chain up 1. So chaining up 1, 1. Then we're going to put a single crochet right into that stitch where we've put our slip knot and chain of 1. So go back into that stitch. Making sure to go back into that other fiddly little stitch on the other one. Single crochet. So single crochet is yarn over. Pull up a loop. Yarn over. Pull through 2. So that's a single crochet. Then just going into the next stitch along on this cup here. And then obviously the next stitch along on the other one, single crochet together. So that's how we're doing it. And once you get to the top, just ignore the chain of 1. Ignore the chain of 1 in the middle of the top. You're just going to bypass that completely. Go straight into the next stitch along. So I'd count, if I were you, just going around to make sure you've got the right amount of stitches. So for me, it's 47 on each side. So what's that? That's 80, 90, 94? 47, 94. So 94 stitches, I think, all the way around for me. So that's what it's going to be. Once you've done that, we're going to meet back up. And we're going to talk about what our next step is. So yeah, like I said, single crochet. Where am I? Where's my next stitch? So that's that one. Oh, just there. It looks fiddly. I'm probably making it look more fiddly than it actually is. But yes, all right. I'll see you soon when we've single crocheted these together. Okay, see you soon. Okay, so now that I've finished both of my cups and they've both been sewn together, so the two sides of each have been sewn together. If you're doing it without the inserts, you just do one, like you don't obviously not sewing them together, and you just follow the procedure we're going to do now, but we're just obviously the single panel on each side. So just like that. Now what we're going to do first is, so what we're doing is we're doing the same as we've done before. So what I mean by that is we're starting on the right hand cup, on the right hand side of the right hand cup down the bottom, and we're starting on the non-braided side like we did before, or like we've been doing. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to find the first stitch along on that non-braided side down the bottom where we finished, or actually where we started. Anyway, so there, that's where we're starting. Stick our hook through there. So see, I'll just show you quickly, like that. That's what we're doing. All right, so now we're going to grab some fresh yarn and we're going to make another slip knot. So where are we? Making another slip knot. And we're going to pick up that cup with the hook through it, adjust the knot to the hook. We're going to pull it through that first stitch just there. Okay, so I've got 47 stitches on each side of both of these cups. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain up one straight from this slip knot that I've done. Hang on a second. What am I doing here? Chain up one. Also, I forgot to mention, but I mean, I don't think I did. So we're not sewing the bottoms shut yet, and we're not inserting the we call it inserts, yeah, the bikini inserts. I'm gonna do that at the end when we're crocheting along the bottom to close the bottoms up. So anyway, we've chained up one on that first stitch, and we're gonna put a single crochet in next to that chain of one in that slip knot. So one single crochet into that first stitch, single crochet into the next one, and I'm going to do 47 stitches up the side, and when I get to the top we're going to meet back up and we're going to talk about what to do there, because we're going to start work on the straps. Okay, see you soon. Hello, I'm outside. Yeah, it's such a lovely day. I thought I'd come out and do some filming out here. So anyway, I have put my single crochets in all the way up the side. However, what happened was when I did the straps and I sort of experimented with putting the cups in and finishing everything, it didn't look right the way I had it with the straps up the top here. So what I want to do is, instead of doing that, I'm going to, now that we're at the top, so we put in my 47 single crochets up the side, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put in 2 chains, so 1 and 2. Actually, no, let's do 3 chains. No, just do 2 chains, sorry. 2 chains, and then right into the next stitch just there, I'm going to put my first single crochet, and I am actually going to do it like I do my normal bikini things that I do, with the strappy bits in the middle. Just because I think if I pull it together, it's going to look better with these cups. It looked weird. Anyway, so I've done my 2 chains, single crochet into the next stitch, and that's going to be the first of the next 20 that I'm going to do down the side. So once you get to the 20th, because I've got 47, I wanted to sort of do the strappy bit roughly in the middle of this bikini top. So we're going to do 20 single crochets down the side just here in the middle. So that's 1 and 2 and 3. So I'll meet you at the 20th. Okay, now here I am, and I've put in my 20th single crochet down the side just there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to chain a length of 350. Yeah, so we're going to chain straight from this stitch right in the middle here, chain 350. So 1, 2, 3. I'll meet back up with you when you've chained that 350. All right, see you soon. All Alright, now that I've chained my length of 350, what I'm going to do is, skipping that first chain just there from the hook, I'm going to slip stitch into the next one. So slip stitching is, focus the camera if I can. Yeah, no, maybe not. Lighting not so good out here. Okay, so slip stitching into the second chain from the hook just there. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through a loop, pull through that last chain on the hook, then into the next one, slip stitching. And what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch into every chain all the way back to the beginning of this 350. So I think 350 should be absolutely plenty for the straps, probably a bit too much, but you know, just in case. So that's what I'm doing, all the way back to the beginning. We're going to slip stitch just like that, and then once we get back to the beginning, we're going to meet back up. I'm going to talk about what we're going to do next. Okay, see you soon. Okay, now then, here I am back at the beginning of that 350 chain, slip stitched into every chain. So I'm back down to that 20th stitch along the side of the cup. So all I'm going to do now is just single crochet straight into the next stitch along. One single crochet, and that's going to be the first of the remaining 27 I've got till I'm all the way down the side here, down the side of the cup. So once we get down the side there, we're going to meet back up. We're going to talk about what we're going to do next. So we'll just be joining the other cup at this point, or at that point. All right, I'll see you when you get down to this stage. Okay, see you soon. All right, here I am down the side from that strap. So I've put in my 27 single crochets. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pick up the other side, the other cup, and we're going to attach it to the right hand side of the cup just there. So making sure that unbraided side is facing towards you. So just like that, you're just going to insert your hook. Oh wait, make sure the yarn is to the back there. And you're going to insert your hook into that first stitch along, just down the bottom there. Pick up your yarn. I really hope that's not too noisy. Pick up your yarn over, pull through a loop through that stitch, yarn over, single crochet. So just single crocheting those together like that. And that's the first of the 25 stitches I'm going to be doing up the side here to where I'm going to be getting working, to where I'm going to start work, is what I meant to say, on the next strap. So what have we got there? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to get to 25. Once I get to that, so for you, it's going to be whatever amount of stitches you had before you started the strap. So you're going to do that. It's going to mirror the other side. So when I get to that 25th stitch, I'm going to put in my 350 chains. I'm going to slip stitch back down to the beginning of that 350, single crochet into the first of the next 20 stitches till I get up to the peak of the cup, where I'm going to be putting in a chain of, what was it? Was it 2? Yeah, it was a chain of 2. Yeah, chain of 2, and then single crochet into the next stitch along, which will be the first of the remaining 47 stitches down the other side of this, which is going to be, when I wear it, it's going to be the right hand cup. Yeah, anyway, so that, I hope that makes sense. I hope you have been able to follow along with what I'm doing. So that's what I'm going to do. And then once we get down to the other side of the cup, down to this side, we're going to meet back up. We're going to talk about how we're going to do the links, which we're going to thread the straps through at the back. And then we're going to talk about joining the bottom and putting in the inserts, the bikini inserts. So yeah, we're going to do that. So we've got a bit of work to do before we meet back up, but I have faith that we'll get it done in good time. Alright, I'll see you soon. Okay, I'm back inside. And now that I've put in both of my straps, chaining 350 and slip stitching back down both of those chains, and I put in my second chain space of 2 up the top of that peak just there. It may look small, but you'll find you will be able to thread the strap through that when the time comes, and I'll show you how to do that later. And I've also put in my 47 single crochets back down this side. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to put in a chain to create one of the links on the side just here. So for that, I'm going to make a chain of 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then into that same stitch that I've already gone into, this is going to just be the chain space of 4 is like a turning chain, but I'm going to put a half double crochet into that stitch that we've already put that single crochet into at the end. So a half double crochet into that stitch, because I'm going to be putting half double crochets along the bottoms of the cups. And what we're going to do for that is actually first what we need to do, let's just take our hook out for the moment, line the cups up like this. We're going to insert the inserts. So just doing that, I'm going to try and be as neat as I possibly can. I'm just doing this basic at the moment. I'm not sure if they're going to move around a lot. We'll see how it goes. I might have to sew them down later when everything is finished. I might have to do that. So yeah, I'm just inserting the cups. We'll insert the other one actually. Do it together. I mean, we don't really have to. I'm sure you'll know how to do it. So yeah, just shoving it in like that. Trying to be as neat as possible. Yeah. So there we go, just like that. Now let's get back to half double crochets along the bottom of the cup. So I'm going to put my hook back into that stitch and pull it tight. Try and be neat about the whole thing. Yeah. And I'm sort of going to wind these loose ends. So wind them up like this, shove them inside like that. So because what we're doing is we're working half double crochets into the row ends at the bottom, half double crochet row ends at the bottoms of these cups. And because I did 16 rows, there's going to be 16 half double crochet row ends on either side of the middle of the cup. So how you can tell, I mean, it's easy to tell where the row ends are, but how you can tell where you want to put your first stitch is to count 16 row ends back from the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this just here is the first row end that I have to go into with a half double crochet. So I'm going to go into that. Let's get closer and have a look. So this one just here is the row end I have to go into. So yarn over, inserting my hook. Then you can also do that with the back as well, just to make sure you're going into the right space. You can turn it over and just count back from that middle join. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that just there. Oh, it's not good, is it? That just there is going to be the row end I need to go through. So you see what I mean? Basically, that's just what we're doing. Then it's just yarn over, pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through all those 3 loops for a half double crochet. And that's how we're going to be going through the bottom. And then you just move on to the next row end, which is just, hang on, yep, which is just here. So you're going to put your hook through there, turn it over, have a look for the next row end just here, which will be just there. Very simple as that. So there's going to be 16 of those till you get to the middle of the cup. Then you're going to do the other 16 row ends on the other side of the cup. I'm going to meet back up with you when we get to the middle just here, and we'll join, we'll do our half double crochets across here together. And then all you're going to do, I'll meet you in the middle. We'll get to that stage. All right, so let's go away. Let's do our half double crochets into these row ends. See you soon. Alright, now that I've gone into all of those row ends along the bottom of this cup, what I'm going to do is, just to make sure it looks neat and okay, I'm actually going to shove those loose ends into the next cup as well. Just under there like that. So what we've got those 2 single crochet row ends as well. So that it looks neat and everything looks okay, we're going to put a stitch into each of those single crochet row ends as well. So 1 half double crochet there, another half double crochet into that single crochet row end. Then moving on, we're going to do the same on this side, on this cup in the middle just here. We're going to put a single crochet into that half double crochet into that first single crochet row end just there, and then another half double crochet into that single crochet row end just there. And now what we've got is we've got our 16 plus 16 half double crochet row-ends to work our half double crochets into till we get to the end just here. So you're just repeating the process you did with this one. And once we've done that, we're going to meet back up. We're going to talk about how we're going to do our final link. Then we're going to close everything up, and then everything is going to be finished, I think, unless I need to sew down the cups, but sorry, the inserts. But we'll see what happens. All right, so I don't think we need to meet back up again until we get to the final link. Okay, I'll see you soon. All right, now here I am, and I've put in my final 16 half double crochets from the midsection of this cup. And I'm at the end here, but we're not going to put in those two half double crochets into those two single crochet row-ends. What we're going to do is we're just going to put a half double crochet straight into where the first single crochet stitch has gone. So just at the beginning here of this round that you did on the edging, you're going to put a half double crochet into there, so just into that stitch, and just like that. Then you're going to chain 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to find that chain of 1 from the beginning, so that's that just there, and you're going to slip stitch into the stitch above it. So that first single crochet you did right at the beginning, slip stitch to close the round. And then you're going to chain 1, put down your hook, find some scissors, trim that yarn, just like that. Then you're going to pull that chain through, pull it through, just like that. Pull it tight, and then just weave that end through somewhere, and you're done. We're done, we're finished. So that's that. I mean, you know, I think these crossover in the middle cups are gonna, it just looked really wonky when I put the straps at the top of the cups here. It just didn't look good. Sort of, the cups sort of fell too far to the side, and it looked weird. And so there's that. That's just something to keep in mind. I mean, I suppose if I was a bit bustier, it wouldn't have looked as weird, but yeah, it's not the case. So that's what we're working with. Obviously, I'll be trying this on and showing you how it looks. I'm very excited to do that. Yeah, we're done. I don't need to say anything else. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you made yourself a lovely bikini top with padded inserts. Yeah, really nice. I'm not gonna sew them down. That's something to think about for next time if it doesn't really work out. So yes, we'll go away. We'll try on our bikini tops. We'll see how they look. I think they're gonna look good. Okay, see you soon. Alright, here we are, back at the beginning. Yes. You know, it's okay. It's cute. Maybe I could wear it under something. I don't know, it kind of looks a bit too sideways, if you know what I mean. Sort of bothers me a little bit. But, you know, as you know, I love this crossing over at the front design, so it's okay. I mean, I could always take it apart and just, you know, fix it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. I don't know, maybe you feel differently about it. Let me know. Let me know what you think. Yeah, not a lot to say, really. Thanks for watching. See you next time.